Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how you can make a coffee substitute from roasted dandelion root and or roasted chicory root. Now both of these taste pretty similar and they're both rather bitter. The first time I tried it, it was a little bit too bitter for me. However, since then I've come up with a method to reduce that bitterness. I'll be showing that later in this video. Now dandelion and chicory are pretty similar plants. I believe they both grow all over the US. Now dandelions have a yellow flower and chicories have a blue flower. Dandelions, the flower grows from a single flower stem that comes directly from the ground. Chicories, on the other hand, have a stalk that grows up from the ground. It has leaves on the stalk. The stalk branches out and has some pretty blue flowers on it. Now before they flower though, they can be pretty hard to tell apart. The leaves look almost exactly the same. So next I'm going to be showing you how you can tell the two apart. Stay tuned. So on the left here we have a chicory plant, and on the right we have a dandelion plant. If we look at a leaf of the dandelion plant, it has no hairs on the bottom of the leaf. And if we look at a leaf from the chicory plant, the bottom of the leaf is covered in little hairs. And that's how you can tell the two apart. So here I have a real nice dandelion plant. I'll show you how I dig them up. I come in about 4 inches away from the plant, go straight down. Until the shovel won't go any deeper. And slowly pry it up. Just like that. Grab hold of the crown of the plant. Break the soil apart a little bit. And get that dandelion out of the soil. So here we have a nice dandelion root. Now I've noticed that the larger the plant on the top above the soil, the larger the root. So this is a pretty nice sized one. And I just wanted to show you how I dig them up. Okay, so here are all my dandelion roots right here. I take them. I break off all the little roots that come off of it. They're just like little hair roots. And I wash it in some water. Scrub it nicely. The tops tend to be the hardest. The top of the root, where it's near close to the top of the soil. Once they're good and clean, I put them on that leaf, and the process continues. So now I'm all done cleaning my dandelion roots. Got them all on this leaf right here. I'm going to cut them up into little chunks. You want the chunks to be, try to get them all around the same size, and that way it will roast more evenly. Just putting them in that container there so I have some place to hold them. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how you can make your dandelion root less bitter. So if I take a bite of it right now, let me find one that looks good. It's just barely bearable. It's pretty bitter. So what I do is I take all my chopped dandelion and I dump it in some water. Mix it around. I'll try another one. I think even just that quick rinse, it's already gotten rid of most of the bitterness. Okay, I think that's good enough. So I'm going to take it out. I'll pour out all the water. And just like that, I've significantly reduced how bitter this is. I'm going to try it with one last piece. I mean, it tastes good. It's barely bitter at all. So, it really worked pretty quickly. If you just want to reduce the bitterness a little bit, maybe just pour it in, stir it, pour it out. So here I have both my dandelion and my chicory root on these dehydrator trays. I'm going to put them in my dehydrator on its highest setting and dry them until they're nice and hard and don't have any moisture left in them. After I was done dehydrating them, I roasted them in my oven at 350 degrees until they turned a darker shade of brown. About halfway to 3/4 of the way through, an amazing caramel smell started wafting out of the oven. So after I was done roasting them, I ground them in my coffee grinder so that I could use my coffee maker when I went to make them. You could also just take those pieces and boil them. It wouldn't be as strong though, or you could find some other way to grind it up. I really like just grinding it up and putting it in my coffee maker. It makes it easy. I use 1 tablespoon per cup, and that's plenty. Okay, so now I'm going to do a taste test between the dandelion coffee here and the chicory coffee here. I'm going to try the dandelion coffee first. Okay, it's good. It's got a roasted flavor like coffee, and I'm not sure how to describe really how it tastes. Like, I have no comparison to it besides just coffee. But definitely not the same as coffee. But it's good. And now I'm going to try the chicory coffee. The chicory coffee tastes really similar to the dandelion coffee, except that it's got more bitterness in it. Now, I put both of these in water and stirred them around for just a little bit after I chopped them up. However, with the chicory, it never fully got rid of the bitterness. Or the dandelion is just a teeny tiny bit bitter, and the chicory is noticeably bitter. They both taste good though, in my opinion. However, I think I like the dandelion just a little better because it has almost no bitterness in it. So, a lot of people would drink coffee or tea just to make it taste a little better, put sugar in it. So next, I'm going to put just a little bit of sugar in both of these and see if that changes anything, besides making it sweeter, obviously. So I'm just going to put a little bit of sugar, not even a spoonful. Some people might consider that a lot or a little. I'm not sure what normal people put in their coffee. This is kind of a small spoon. Okay. Stir it up. Okay, I'm going to try the dandelion first again. Okay, that sugar really, you can definitely taste the sugar in it. It's noticeably sweeter. You don't even notice any bitterness anymore after putting this little tiny bit of sugar in it. The chicory, I still notice a little bit of the bitterness. I almost feel like it's stronger than the dandelion at this point. Dandelion, Chicory. Okay, they still taste really similar. I use the same amount of chicory powder or dandelion powder in both of these cups. I used 1 tablespoon per cup. It doesn't need 2 tablespoons like people use for coffee. It's plenty strong with just 1. However, I think the chicory is just a little bit stronger than the dandelion. They both taste really good though. Yeah, that's good. I gotta taste it so many times because it's so hard to figure out the difference. Well, I guess they're both really good, and it doesn't matter which one you use. The chicory is just going to end up being slightly more bitter, but if all you have is dandelion, then why not use dandelion? I mean, I actually like the dandelion just a little bit more than the chicory because it has no bitterness. I could just drink it straight without putting any sugar in it. The chicory I could too. It's still not as bitter as coffee. However, I do enjoy the chicory more with a little bit of sugar in it. I mean, I enjoy both more with a little bit of sugar in them, but the chicory, since it's bitter, I'm not a big fan of things that are bitter, so I think just putting a little bit of sugar in the chicory really makes it taste good. So, if you don't like anything that's bitter, I would recommend the dandelion coffee. If you don't care if it's bitter, you can do either one. Personally though, I like the dandelion. Okay, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if I make any more videos, I'll see you next time.